The prop for passing yards on Ward is 3,200 and the hook. Passing touchdowns is 18 and a half. Last year, the rookie quarterbacks, Bo Nix flew over that number, 37.75. Jaden Daniels crushed that number, 35.68. Caleb also got 3,500 passing yards. So 3 rookie quarterbacks beat this number of 3,200. Drake May was about 1,000 shy, even though people like to talk about him like he's Peyton Manning. Drake May playing 13 games was not even close to that number of 3,200 for Cam Ward. What is your first reaction when you see that 3,200?
Well, my first reaction is to laugh at the Patriots fans who believed that Mac Jones was the second coming of Tom Brady. And then
Yes,
when that didn't work out, they
Alex
re-fell in love with Drake May. Oh, this is the guy. So that's my first reaction to the way that you crafted the question. I unfortunately feel like Cam Ward bettors are paying the tax that Caleb and Jaden and Bo delivered on last year. So this number is probably just a little bit higher than their numbers were. I don't remember what Jaden Daniels' number was, but I assure you it wasn't 3,200. Doesn't feel like it would have been that high.
No.
Now, I like the yards more than I like the touchdowns because as we've learned, guys that have watched the NFL for a better part of 3 decades now, it's easier to move the ball from 20 to 20 than it is from 20 to goal line. And I don't know that I am excited about going over 18 and a half, 19 and a half touchdown passes. But if I believe in the O-line and believe in what they're trying to build in the skill position room, he could throw for a bunch of yards. I think we really need to learn a lot about him as a true pocket passer. Again, if you watch, go to YouTube and put in Cam Ward highlights and count how long he had the ball on a lot of those plays. It's 1,000, 1,000 out. 1,000, 1,000, 1,000 out. I don't know that you can do that in the NFL. I mean, you can plan for it. You can try and be that type of offense, but it's just not the way it works like you can do it in college. So I do have my concerns about him scanning the read and going through his progressions and standing tall in the pocket and stepping up. Of course you have concerns about that. But I do think that's a pretty fair number at 3,200. I don't feel any type of way, but if you made me bet over under on yards or touchdowns, I'd probably go over on yards before anything else.
That comes out to 188 on average over the course of a 17-game season. And those rookie quarterbacks last year that we mentioned that flew with the number, they all play 17 games. Like, that's it. With these props, if you're talking about over on passing yards, how many games are going to be out there? Oh, he's healthy the entire year? Then he'll go over. He missed some time, missed a few games, he's going to go under. That's basically what a lot of these props come down to. We were talking, again, Connor Allen about it the other day. He just bets unders for the most part. Like 90% of his bets, season-long props, are going to be unders because they hit at a much higher clip because injuries happen in this league. Nick 17, Daniel 17, Caleb 17, and they all go over that number. I wouldn't play over in this spot. Year before, we saw Stroud crush that number. He got to 4,000, and then Bryce Young went under. He went through his struggles in his rookie campaign. He didn't start to get it until the second half of year number 2. So something else that you might want to keep in mind. As far as the weapons, Ridley's still there. His prop is at 900 in the hook, 900 receiving yards. Westbrook-Akine had a ton of touchdowns. He was their touchdown leader. He's now in Miami. He's no longer there. They bring in Lockett, and then Van Jefferson is listed as a starter. I don't know. I don't know where the production's going to come from. So I guess I could understand why you would back Ridley because he's the constant. He's the one you can trust. Everybody else, I'm not quite sure.
And we don't have props on anybody else outside of Ridley, at least at receiver. I
Mhm.
would think, given how Ward performed last year and the style that he played in, Lockett would be an easy answer in terms of who's the security blankie, who's the guy you go to. Like last year for Caleb Williams, it was Keenan Allen. And Keenan Allen operated a lot in the middle of the field, short passes. Caleb used to key into Keenan Allen. And Keenan Allen's no longer in Chicago, of course. But Lockett would be the easy answer for me is like, who does Cam Ward look to on 2nd and 7? Oh, there's Lockett for 4 yards. Now it's 3rd and 3. I think Lockett gets a bunch of targets, but we don't have numbers on Lockett because books don't put up props on every receiver. The one guy I wanted to volley back to you was Pollard, Tony Pollard, who's their
Mhm.
RB1 in Tennessee. Last 3 years, 1,000 yards every year. 1,007, 1,005, 1,079. The prop on Pollard, I see 875 and a half, 900 and a half. So if you're a stat studier, like a lot of people we know, oh, well, he's gone over this number 3 straight years. Well, why is it 875 and a half? Why is it only 900 and a half? I don't know that it's that big of an assurance that Tony Pollard is their leading rusher this year. I just don't. I got a bad feeling about it. Call it a hunch. I know we're not supposed to bet hunches, but Spears is very formidable, and I'm hearing they love this kid from Fresno, Jordan Mims, who they didn't even
Okay.
draft. They signed him. They drafted the running back from Michigan, Mullings. Then they signed Mims. This might be, I don't want to say running back by committee, but I think it's no sure thing that Tony Pollard gets over the rushing props.
I think you're spot on, and it's a pretty good call. Entering year number 7. So a lot of times with running backs, it's not like he's a top end guy. Once you get to year 7, year 8, production starts to decline. We've actually seen it over the last couple of years. Now you see that 1,000-yard mark, and he just barely got there in 22 and 23 in Dallas. They tried to help him and made sure he got over that number, 1,007, 1,005. But if you look at the yards per carry of the last 2 years, way down. When he was at his peak in Dallas and he was used a little more sparingly, he was averaging over 5 yards per carry. Each of the last 2 years, we're looking at 4.0 his last year in Dallas, 4.2 last year in Tennessee. Now, if you want to make the case, hey, you guys said the offensive line is going to be better. Yeah, we did. And we believe that. But if you look at his production over the last couple of years, it's not what it was when he was in year 3, year 4 in the league. So it's heading the wrong direction. And if they like those other running backs that they're bringing in as much as you say, yeah, I think they're going to work them in. And I would have no interest in going over on Pollard. They'll probably play in closer games. That means there will be more running the football, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be Pollard. We like to think that, oh, they're the starting running back. He's going to get to 1,000 easy. He's been doing it 3 straight years, and they'll be in closer games, and they're going to run the football more. All that could be true, but it doesn't mean it's going to Pollard.